Hi, everybody. Welcome. Welcome into our Feel Good Friday show. It's so good to see everybody. Hi, Mary. Hi, Regina, Jennifer, Rochelle, Renee, Angie, Sandy. So many wonderful people here. It's so good to see everybody. I hope that you have had a good week. I've missed you guys, right? I haven't seen you since last Friday. Because we did have a holiday here in the States, and that means that we didn't get to see each other on Tuesday. So I hope that everybody that celebrated the 4th had a wonderful weekend and stayed safe and had a good time. I'm still trying to play catch up a little bit. When there's a holiday, it really throws, especially if it falls during the week, it really throws my schedule off, which I'm not complaining because I had a great time, but it's made it kind of hard to catch up this week. And I have been running behind since my Tushy hit the seat in this office on Wednesday morning. Like, it's been a complete game of catch up all week, and I'm still not completely caught up. But it's all good because I'm here. I'm here. And I've got kits for you guys, and I've got a maker mix that Q made. I've got all kinds of fun things for you guys. So let's talk about it. It is Feel Good Friday, and for those of you who are unfamiliar with our Feel Good Friday show, Feel Good Fridays are all about easy, fun, instant gratification jewelry that you can very easily recreate, and I make that easy for you by putting them all in kit form and offering those over in my Etsy shop. So everything you see in today's show is available for purchase as a kit in my Etsy shop. My team is here in both Facebook and YouTube, dropping links to get you directly over there to those kits. So if you're having trouble finding them, check the comment section, or you can just go straight over to my Etsy shop and browse at your leisure, if you will. And at the beginning of every show, we start out with maker mixes. Maker mixes are small batches of beady goodness, things that I don't have enough of to create an entire kit out of, but I still want to share those with you. And lately, I've been delegating maker mixes to other people. How fun is that? So I've got a maker mix today that Q put together, this time without any of my help at all. The last one that he put together, it sold out before the show was over. And I don't know how this one will go, but he was so proud of this one. So I can't wait to show it to you guys. He even named it and everything. It's named for one of his very favorite Disney movies, which is Moana. So if you guys are familiar with Moana, that's where the name came from for this one. Yeah, he made a maker mix. This is the second one he's made. And listen, Colleen and Kathy and Nicole are all making maker mixes in the very, very near future. So if you think that's cool, just wait, because their maker mixes are going to be coming your way as soon as we can get that all together. Sam says, why is he so perfect? I know, right? I don't know. Listen, I have to brag on Q a little bit. I know that I brag on him quite frequently because he's the most amazing human being that has ever walked the face of the earth, as far as I'm concerned, other than my kids. Okay, that was a little mushy, but I mean, you know, you guys know how I feel about this man. But I got to tell you, since I have been playing catch up all week, he helped me all day Wednesday and all day yesterday. All of the wire, all of the cord, all of the beads. He helped cut every single bit of it. He sorted beads. He counted beads. He cut the wires. He counted jump rings. Like, he really, the kits this week would not be here if it weren't for him. And I am one kit short. I normally try to give you guys 6 kits. But because I was running behind this week, I only have 5 kits. But I wouldn't even have those without him. So I just, you know, I just want him to know, if he ever watches this, how much I appreciate him and his help. And I want you guys to know that he really has helped to put this show together. So it's pretty cool. And Moana is his favorite Disney movie. Hello, that's pretty cool too. I'm just saying. Okay, so couple of things that I do want to get out of the way before we get started. Will he be signing the cards? That would be amazing. Oh my gosh, Jennifer, I need to do that. So that brings me to something that I wasn't going to mention, but I will mention it. Guys, the cards that I normally put in with the orders, they have been out of stock for a while now. So for those of you who are missing the cards that come in with your orders, I promise I will have those back as soon as possible. They have just been out of stock for weeks, and I keep waiting for them to restock so that I can get those. So I apologize for those of you who collect those. I'll be having those for you as soon as I can get them. Okay, I promise. Okay, so other things to remind you of that maker mixes, Master Maker, lots of M's. Master Maker will be 4 p.m. Eastern time today, just like always. Just a gentle reminder to come and hang out for Master Maker over on JTV Extra. That is my show that I do over there that I stream from here. I've got some really beautiful jasper. Oh my, it's one of my favorite jasper beads. The beads in my show today are just absolutely stunning. And then I've got some really cool things to show you. And we're actually making a project that's a little something different. So I would love if you would come and hang out. That's at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So please come and do that if you can this afternoon. My team and I always drop links for that. So we try to make it easy for you to find that as well. Other thing to mention is I will be going on vacation, but it's not next week. It is the week after that. I will keep you posted on that. So don't worry. Next week is totally a normal week, but then I am taking a week vacation that I desperately need. So it actually falls during my birthday, so I won't be around for my birthday, but I want y'all to know about that as well. So I'll keep you posted for that. I believe that is all of the things. I just love you guys so much. And I love that you get to come and hang out with me. Sharon says, do you get credit when we watch the replay of Master Maker? Yes, those views count. So if you can't watch it live and you can only watch the replay, totally okay with that. Kathy says she's going to Vegas. Oh, me and Q were talking about Vegas yesterday. I need to go. to Vegas. I wish I was going to Vegas. Are you going to Vegas or were you asking me? I wish I was going to Vegas. I wish. All right. So I'm going to turn you guys around and we are going to get started with all of the beautiful things in today's show. Starting out with that maker mix that Q put together. All right. So I'm going to turn you around. Let's get to it. All right. So let me readjust everything just a little bit. It's always a challenge in here. Okay, so this is Q's little maker mixing made all by himself without my help this time. You can tell what his favorite colors are, can't you? Because his last maker mix was in beautiful blues as well. So this one is called Wayfinding. This is the Wayfinding maker mix. This one is a Q exclusive. There are beautiful vintage drucks in here. There's check glass rounds. There is quartz in here. There are several different kinds of check glass drops. There are bellflowers. There are some little rectangle ABs. There is another vintage drop in here. He kind of dug into the vintage beads that I have, which I thought was pretty cool. So this is the maker mix that Q put together. Yeah. Well done, Q. And it's called Wayfinding. So the Wayfinding maker mix. This is from him to y'all. So there you go. All right, let's get started, shall we? Okay, so we're going to start out with a pair of earrings. This was the first kit that I put together this week, and I was really, really in love with it. And so I definitely want to start with it because I think they're so beautiful. Now, listen, please don't be intimidated by the wire work that is part of this kit. I know sometimes when I put kits together that have any kind of wire working in it, that is something other than simple loops or wrapped loops, you guys get a little scared. Please don't be scared off by these because they're not hard to do. And you don't even have to do the herringbone part of this. Okay. So I want to show these to you. These are our little beautiful pearls and crystals hoops that we're going to put together. The pearls do have a little bit of herringbone wire wrapping on them. So remember I mentioned Q cut all the wire for these. So they wouldn't have that herringbone if it weren't for him. It would just be a head pin. That being said, if you don't want to do the herringbone part, you can still just put a head pin into those pearls. And they're still going to be absolutely beautiful either way. So let's put these together. This is the copper ones, though the metal part is silver, but the beads themselves are copper. Those beautiful kind of cream colored pearls. And then this one I'm calling green. It's kind of a teal teal green, a light minty green pearl, and then those beautiful teal green crystals. So let's put this together. All right. So we are going to take a piece of our wire here, okay? And we are going to do a wrapped loop on the end of our wire. So I'm going to come down on the wire about 1.5 inches, 2 inches, something like that, okay? Because you're going to do a couple of wraps here. We're going to bend the wire. Then we're going to come in with our, sorry, my tools were on the wrong side today. Coming in with our round nose pliers, okay? We're going up and over. We're going to rotate those pliers so that we can take the wire over to the other side to close up our loop. And we are going to do about 6 wire wraps. So normally with a wrapped loop, you only do about 3 or 4. We're going to do 6. So you have a little bit of room to do your herringbone. Okay. That is actually a little bit more, but that's okay. All right, so you're going to do about 6 wraps, and then you're going to come in with your cutter, and you want to trim those off, the little leftovers, okay? But leave the rest of your long wire here. See, I've got plenty of wire. I'm going to take my pearl, and I'm going to thread that on. Sam, you are cracking me up. All right, now I'm going to do a very simple herringbone on this. Okay, now you can do this, or you can, like I said, you can just do you can do like a knotted head pin with the wire that's in your kit, or you could just replace it with a head pin. Okay, but where the wire is exiting the bead, I'm going to bend it just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to bring it up the side of the bead, right? I'm going to the front of the wire wraps, and I'm going to wrap it around those wire wraps and then back out the front. Okay, so I've got one side done. Now I'm going to take the wire down the other side of the bead, and when I get to the bottom, I'm going to go behind the wrap that we just made and all the way on up around to the front of those wire wraps. Wrap around the wire wraps and back out the front. Okay, so now you've got 2 wraps on one side and 1 wrap on the other side. Okay, everybody's asking about my thumb, guys. It is almost 100% well. It's just there's a little bit of raw new skin, and so I'm just trying to keep it from getting agitated, but it's almost 100% better. All right, then I'm going to go again, and I'm going behind the previous wire wrap, right? Down the side of the bead, all the way around, back behind the previous wrap, all the way around the bead to the front of the wire wraps, wrap around, and then you're going to cut that off. Okay, that's it. So you've got 2 on one side, 3 on the other. Just a little herringbone. It just gives it a little something extra. Okay. All right, now coming in with my cutter tool, and I'm going to trim off. Now, one thing that I am going to do is, you can see how my loop is front facing. I'm actually going to take my pliers and give it a twist so that it is facing away from me now. Okay. All right. Now, the rest of this is easy peasy. We're going to take another piece of wire here, and we're going to thread on 4 of our little crystals. 1. Oh, if I could see the hole on those. 2. 3, 4. I'm going to thread on my pearl, and then I'm going to do 4 more crystals. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now I'm going to take the 2 wires. We've done this before a bunch of times. We'll do it again today, actually. We're going to take the wires, we're going to bring them together and crisscross them, and whoops. When you crisscross those, they don't look like much. You can actually go ahead and shape this into a circle if you want to before you do any of the wire wrapping, or you can do it afterwards. But I'm going to kind of shape it See how I'm giving it kind of a U shape? So now when I bring it together, it's more of a circle. It's still not quite wide enough, but that's okay. It's good for now. I'm going to take the wire that is in the front and I'm just going to push it to the back, and the wire that it's crossing over, I'm just going to push upwards. That's just going to hook it so that now I can kind of let go a little bit. Okay. I'm going to take the longer wire, or whichever one it is that's wrapping around the straight wire, and I am going to wrap around 2 or 3 times, or 4, whatever makes you happy. Okay. And then I'm going to trim off. Okay, then I'm going to take my pliers, I'm going to take the wire and give it a bend. I'm going to trim off, leaving myself about 1/4 of an inch of wire, and we're just going to do a simple loop. Okay, so trimming. And then I'm going to use my round nose pliers, grab the wire, roll back to create a simple loop. It looks like a wrapped loop, but it's not, right? Which is nice. All right, then I'm going to take my pliers and I'm going to push those through the center of the crystals here. You can use whatever you want to, but my pliers are what I have handy. And that's just going to help to kind of round this out to make it more of a circle. And then I'm going to add the ear wire, and that's it. These are so pretty. You've got the 2 different color choices. So you've got this beautiful like teal green, and you have this beautiful coppery color. And they're really easy to put together. So please don't be intimidated again by the wire wrapping, because it's not hard wire wrapping, I promise. It's pretty easy once you get the hang of it. And you can always substitute it with just a head pin. So there you go. There you go. 2 super cute little pairs of earrings. I love the crystals. You can't go wrong with pearls. As a matter of fact, I have more pearls. So let's move on. I'm going to sit these to the side, and we are going to do just that. We are going to bring in some more pearls. Now, this is a super easy but beautiful pair of earrings. Okay. I sometimes I'll just get on a kick. You guys know, and you see it in my jewelry and you see it in my kits, where sometimes I'll be on a blue kick, or I'll be on a green kick, or I'll be obsessed with metallics or whatever. At the moment, freshwater pearls is where it's at for me. And so I'm sharing those with you. Now, these are just super easy shoulder duster earrings. You don't have to use all of the beads included, but if you do, they make the most beautiful shoulder dusters ever, and they're all different colored freshwater pearls. So the bottom is like a bronzy color, the next one up is like a gold color, then we have like this soft peach pink, and then more of like a mauve pink at the top. Again, you don't have to use all of them, and it's just some simple wire. So we are going to start out with a head pin, and we're going to thread on. Oh, thank you so much, Pauline, for using our super stickers. We're going to thread that on to a head pin, and we're going to do a quick little wrapped loop. So I'm going to grab that wire right where it is exiting the bead, bend it over the top of the pliers, and then I'm going to come in with my round nose pliers, going up and over, rotate, take the wire over to the other side, and then we're going to wire wrap in that space. Whew. Okay, so I've got that wire wrapped. I'm going to come in with my cutter tool and trim off. Then I'm going to bend over here for a second and grab some papers that my lovely little husky has stolen off of the desk next to me and is proceeding to chew. No, ma'am, I cannot have those. Thank you. Okay. Now we're ready. She's like, but Mom, I was having a little salad for lunch. No. All right, now I'm going to take an eye pin. If I can hold on to it. I hate working with a Band-Aid. All right, opening that up with a twist. I'm going to thread that on to the loop we just created. I'm going to twist to put that back, and then I'm going to thread on my kind of gold colored pearl here. And I'm going to do a simple loop on this one. Now, you can always substitute simple loops for wrapped loops if you want to. I'm going to bend the wire, coming in with my cutter tool, trimming off, leaving myself about 1/4 of an inch of wire. And then I'm going to roll back to create a simple loop. Okay. I'm going to take another eye pin. Open. Thread that onto the loop we just created. Close that back. The next pearl is a little bit bigger, so you can see our pearls are getting a little bigger as we go. Another simple loop on this one. Bend. Come in with the cutter. Trim off. Round nose pliers. Create a simple loop there. And then I've got one more to go. Now, you can take out any of these pearls. I know that's a long earring, and some of you do not do long earrings. I will tell you though, these are really lightweight. So they're not heavy if you're curious about that. They're really lightweight, but you can take out one or two of the pearls, and you can even create 2 pairs of earrings out of these. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. All right, now I'm going to do a wrapped loop on this one. This one's right at the top. Round nose pliers, up and over, rotate, and take the wire over to. Y'all are so funny. Pauline says, Sarah got her man from moving. What did Wanda say that made you say that? That's so funny. I did get mine from moving. Maybe you should go live. Oh, Sam, maybe you should go live during the move. I'd like to check out these moves. Hey, I'm telling you. Listen, Q has a younger brother, but he is much, much too young. However, Q has lots of friends, y'all, that were also movers. If you need some movers, I can probably hook you up with some. I can't tell you how handsome or not they might be, but I mean, I know movers if you need some movers, and they are all men. Oh goodness. All right, so there is the wrap loop on the top of that one. Q should start a moving man dating app. I'm telling you. All right, I'm going to take my ear wire, open that up, and attach that, and we're done. These are super easy. This is like, this is just a simple looped version of a stack them up, right? Because basically that's what we're doing. We're just stacking up some beautiful beads here. We've got these beautiful freshwater pearls in a bunch of different colors, and so there you go. If you need some shoulder dusters in your life, this is a beautiful little set. All right, sitting these to the side, we're going to move on. Got some more earrings for you guys. I'm going to do one more pair of earrings, and we're going to do a necklace and a bracelet, okay? All right, this pair of earrings, I'm kind of in love with these. This was an accident, and I love it when I have happy accidents because, you know, as a jewelry maker, sometimes our accidents are not happy, but sometimes they turn out and are pretty cool. I think that's what happened here. I think these are pretty cool. Now, this might be a long earring for some of you. I get it. You can turn this into a pendant, or you can take the metal bead off the top and just add the ear wire to it. But basically, it's very similar to the earrings that we did in the beginning as far as the wire being a hoop, right? But it's these gorgeous like maroon red, like these are rusty red pearls with some crystals and then 2 metal beads that have some really cool kind of decorative accents to them. And I think they came together really well. When I put these together at first, I was like, I don't know how I feel about these, but the more I looked at them, I was like, I really love these. They're very artisan feeling earrings. Like I would see these in like a little boutique because they are very different. They're super cool. Again, I know that's a long earring. You could definitely get 2 earrings out of this kit. All right, so I'm going to put these together the same way we put together the other ones. I'm taking my wire here, and I'm just going to thread on all of my freshwater pearls. Now, the pearls are drilled at the top, which is what makes them extra cool. You can see how they're drilled sort of like a briolet. That makes them hang really nicely. So, threading all of these. Ooh, Sam, I think you need to go with the sandwiches. The sandwiches for sure. I mean, there's nothing wrong with pizza. Listen, tacos changed my entire life. But just saying. I think sandwiches is a better choice. Pizza's easy, but I think movers get probably fed a lot of pizza. I'm just saying. All right, so now I'm going to put 3 crystals on either side. So there's 1, 2, and 3 on that side. And then we're going to do 3 on the other side. Ooh, yeah, order both. I like that idea. See who goes for which. It's a really good idea. And you have to be like, if you're going to do pizza, like do something a little different for pizza. Don't just do like cheese and pepperoni pizzas. Like the place matters and what kind of pizza matters too. Like if you're looking for a specific person, a specific personality, right? Pick a pizza that like you would go for and see who goes for that pizza. I'm just saying. Like if I can't share a pizza with you, we can't hang out. I mean, we can, but I mean, it would be nice if you like the same kind of pizza. Okay. All right. Yeah. Bougie pizza. Bougie pizza is the way to go. Okay. So we're going to take our wires just like we did with the other earrings. We're going to crisscross those wires, right? And just like we did before, one wire is going to go to the front. Okay. And that front wire, I just kind of bend it to the back. The other wire, I bend it straight up and down. I know it's not a shape. Well, I mean, that's a nice shape. There's nothing wrong with that shape. It's not the shape that I want currently, but it will be in just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and take this wire and wrap it around this one about 2 or 3 times. Okay. And then I'm going to trim off that wire. And then just like before, I'm going to kind of shape this into the shape that I want it to be. So if you want to open that up a little bit more, make it more of a circle, right? Then I'm going to take metal bead, drop that down, and I'm going to do a wrapped loop at the top here. All right, so chain those pliers, bend the wire over the top of the pliers, coming in, going up and over, rotate, take the wire over to the other side, and then wire wrap in that space. Right, the color choices were, that's why I say this was kind of an accident, because I put these colors together and I was like, I don't know. But then the more I looked at them, the more I was like, these colors are made to go together. Trim off that extra wire. Okay. And then I am going to tidy that up a little bit because it was just a little crooked. All right, so there's that. Then I'm going to take an eye pin and I'm going to thread that onto the loop I just made. And then I'm going to add my metal bead that has these pretty little hearts on it. And I'm going to do another wrapped loop. And then we're going to add the ear wire and these will be done. I could hold on to anything today. This dumb Band-Aid is just really throwing me off. All right, up and over, rotate, take the wire over to the other side, and then you're going to wire wrap. Such a pretty pair of earrings. I really was pleased with the happy accident here. Okay, she's destroying something else. Oh, she's found a box of Kleenexes and has completely destroyed the box of Kleenexes. So that's the kind of day we're having here in the office. Yesterday, she ate a package that had memory wire in it. She didn't eat any of the memory wire, but she did destroy the package. So, you know, it's like that sometimes. All right, now I do need to kind of straighten everything up here. This wire or this loop needs to be facing this direction. So on your metal bead, you want your bottom loop to be facing away from you, but your top loop to be facing towards you. And then you're going to add your ear wires. I love those. So pretty. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you so, so much. Add our ear wire. Oh, and by the way, the little ear wires for these have little fleur-de-lis on them, which I thought were cute too. So there are our, she is absolutely still teething. So yeah, she's a chewer right now. It's been like, you know, she goes through chewing phases and then she stops and then she goes through a chewing phase again. I think she's working on her back teeth at the moment. So yeah, but there are those, so pretty. Really, really love those. They turned out so beautifully. All right, gonna set these to the side. All right, I've got a necklace for you guys that is a bead that everybody loves. Not everybody. I know some people don't like it, but there are, it's mostly a crowd pleaser. And that is the beautiful tiger eye. I've got tiger eye and some little crystals here. We're going to do a very, very simple stringing project. I'm going to lay this out for you. We've got leather for the length of this necklace. And this little combo of tiger eye and crystals is going to be the front. Okay, so let me just lay this out the way this is going to go. We do the 3 large. We're going to put little crystal bicones on either side. And then we're going to kind of break up our tiger eye beads with some crystals. And you can put this together however you want to, okay? I'm just kind of giving you the picture version of this, but you can literally put this together however you want. A little crystal there and a crystal there. Okay, so this is going to be the front, okay? We've got some of our larger tiger eye here in the front and then some of the smaller ones, and we've got the crystals in between them, okay? And then we're going to do leather for this. And in your kit, you've got a 2 pieces of leather. You're going to take those 2 pieces and you're going to cut those in half and you're going to glue those into your cord ends. We'll talk about that here in just a second. Let's do the stringing part of this first though. All right, so we're going to take our bead stringing wire. We are going to thread on our crimp and then our wire guardian. Uh-oh, my bead stringing wire is too thick for, might be too thick for this wire guardian. No, it'll fit, but I'm going to have to force it. I didn't realize that my bead stringing wire was so thick. It's going to go. You can see it peeking through there, but it's going to need a little extra help. Just, if you can, be gentle. Use your pliers to grab a hold of it. Goodness, I didn't realize I picked such thick bead stringing wire for this. Let's hope it goes back down through. I may have to trim off that little mush piece. All right, back down through the wire guardian. Maybe. This may be a struggle that I don't want to. Okay, I'm going to take my wire guardian off just to save time. It does fit. I just don't want to fuss with it because I want to save time, okay? So I'm going to take mine off. I'm just going to take my bead stringing wire, which you can always do. Okay, and I'm just going to loop it. But I'm actually going to loop mine through my cord end. Okay, which again, we'll talk about this here in a minute, but I'm going to loop mine through. So I'm not going to use a jump ring in between there. Now listen, you're not going to fit through the crimp either. Well, my goodness. I may need to go back through these kits and add new bead stringing wire because I didn't realize that I had such thick bead stringing wire for these. Let me grab another piece. All right, I'm gonna use some bronze because this is what I have right here. I apologies, y'all. I will make sure that yours is correct. I promise. I will go back through and give you a new piece of bead string and wire. Just ended up with a really thick diameter. All right, let's do this again. I know this will fit. So through our crimp, now we can use our wire guardian. Okay, and then back down through our wire guardian. And then I'm going to hook that onto our cord end and back down through our crimp. The dog is snoring. If you hear that, that is not a human being. That is, in fact, a dog. All right, so now I'm going to make sure those wires are not crossing inside my crimp. And I'm going to bring in my crimper tool and place that into the back notch of the crimper tool. Give it a squeeze. Turn it sideways. Front notch and give that a squeeze. Okay, I'm going to come in with my cutter and trim off the excess, and then we're going to string on these beautiful beads. All right, now again, you can do this in any order that you want, but I'm going to do a little bicone, a tiger eye, a bicone. Oh no, wait a minute, 2 tiger eye, a bicone, a single tiger eye, a bicone. The snoring is cracking me up. 2 tiger eye, another bicone. I'm going to drop those down so you can see. Okay, then I'm going to do my 3 larger. Chewing up those Kleenexes. That'll wear you out every time. All right, another bicone, and then I'm just going to repeat my pattern, which is the 2 smaller ones. And then a bicone. I'm going to do a single and a bicone. 2 more of the tiger eye. And then a bicone. And then we're going to crimp. So this is your front little element of your necklace. It's just simple stringing with beautiful beads, right? Just really, really beautiful. The tiger eye are stunning. The little bicones are a nice little light accent to those. Kind of breaks things up just a little bit and gives it a little bit of sparkle without being a color that detracts from everything. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to do my crimp, my wire guardian, okay, and then down through the wire guardian, and I'm going to thread on my cord end first before I go through my crimp. So my cord end on the other side. We'll talk about these again here in just a second, like I mentioned. So I'm going to hook that right in and then go back down through my crimp. Thank you. Listen, tiger eye is always a crowd pleaser. It's just so beautiful. And you don't need a lot of extra with a beautiful bead like a tiger eye bead. You know, you don't have to have anything extra crazy going on. The little crystals just kind of a nice compliment, just kind of break things up and add a little sparkle. But again, don't take away from the beauty of those beads. All right, back notch of your crimper, give that a squeeze. Turn it sideways, put it in the front notch of the crimper and give that a squeeze. Is this a kit I can purchase, says Carol? Yes, welcome to the show. Yes, yes, yes. Everything you see in today's show is available in kit form over in my Etsy shop. And links are being dropped by my team in the comment section to get you over to my Etsy shop easy peasy. So yes, ma'am. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so that is the necklace. Let's talk about these cord ends though. So like I mentioned in the beginning of this little necklace, you've got 2 pieces of the leather in your kit. You're going to take those pieces of leather and cut those in half. So you're going to end up with 4 pieces of leather. You're going to take your 2 ends like this, right? And you are going to add some glue to your cord end, and you're going to tuck both ends into a single cord end. Okay. Those are the cord ends for the front of the necklace because they're nice decorative. And then for the cord ends on the back, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to take your 2 ends, but this one, you're going to slide it into this little fold over. You might need to open it up just a little. I take 2 pairs of pliers and see how I'm just kind of opening it up just a little bit. For me, it's just less of a struggle, but you're going to take your 2 ends of your leather, slide those right into that, just like that. And then you're going to use your pliers to fold that over. So you're just going to kind of squish it down on one side, and then you're going to squish down the other side. And then I also kind of squeeze either side just to make it a little bit more compact. And that's going to give you your loop right on the end so that you can put your hardware. Okay. So the non-decorative ones are for the back, but the nice decorative cord ends are for the front here. I mean, you can do it however you want to, but I thought these cord ends in the front was a nice little accent. So there is our beautiful tiger eye necklace. So there you go. Nancy says, did you get a new tattoo or have you always had one on your arm? I got lots of tattoos on my arms and not any new ones. Not yet. Not currently. My son is talking about going to get a tattoo, and when he goes, I will probably get a new one, but I haven't gotten a new tattoo in a really long time. I've always had them. You guys just don't see them very often. All right, so that is our tiger eye necklace out. Last but not least, I've got bracelets for you guys that I think are just beautiful. They're just beautiful. Like the whole show could have just been these bracelets, and I think it would have been incredible. I've got leather, cord, and beautiful beads. These bracelets come in 2 different colorways. Okay, y'all. Q picked out this one and I picked out this one. I'm telling you, he helped with everything this week because he knew I was really struggling. So I can't tell you how much I appreciate and his help with everything. All right. So again, this comes in 2 different color palettes. We have the black leather with both of them. This one has the beautiful pink cord and then the metallic rondelles. Okay. And then the other option is the black cord with these beautiful blue drucks and that pop of green, which is so unexpected, but cool. I'm going to show you how to put these together. These, wow, words are hard. These are the samples. I'm going to show you the quick version of this because we may not get through the whole bracelet, but I will show you how to start it and finish it. Okay. So that you know, we may have like a Barbie size bracelet, but it'll be the same. All right. So I'm going to use my tying station, but you don't have to. You can tape yours down to your work surface. You can use a clipboard, whatever it is that you need to use. However, I do totally recommend the tying station. If you've got a naughty board works too. I'm just a fan. So do love my tying station. All right, so I'm going to take the leather that's included in my kit, and it is one long piece. I'm going to bring my 2 ends together. And find the middle, and then I'm going to tie an overhanded knot, and I'm going to make a loop. That loop needs to be big enough to accommodate my button because that's your clasp, right? So I'm going to just do an overhanded knot. And when I start to pull this down, this is when I want to measure to make sure that my button is going to fit before I cinch my knot down. Okay. All right. So I've cinched that down. Now I have 2 strands of leather running in the same direction. Let's set my button to the other side, and I'm going to attach my loop. Now I'm cheating. Okay. I'm doing the fast version of this. Take your acrylic clay and your washer off. I'm doing the quick version of this. I'm just going to hook it on there up against the washer and put my wing nut back on. Again, I'm just, yeah. Okay, now I'm going to take my 2 ends down here on the other end. This is why I love the tying station, because I can attach my ends down here. I'm just going to slide those between the acrylic plates and tighten that down. Now my cord is nice and secure, and I can use both hands, right, to do the rest of the project. Okay, so you've got nylon cord included in your kit. You're going to take that nylon cord and, just like we did with the leather, you're going to bring the 2 ends together, find the middle. Okay, when you find the middle, take it and place it underneath your leather that we are going to refer to as the core now. Okay. All right, and we're just going to do square knots. That's all this is. So we're going to do some square knots. If you are not familiar with square knots, I'm going to walk you through those. And there are tons of videos. I've done tons of projects with square knots. So if you need to see more square knots, definitely check out my YouTube channel, okay? Or watch the replay videos on Facebook. All right, so a square knot happens in 2 steps. I'm going to take my right-handed cord and I'm going to make a P shape going over the top of the core. I'm going to take the left cord that crosses over that one, and then it goes behind and up through that P shape on the right. And then you pull. That's the first step. I'm going to slide that up here next to the knot in the leather. And then I'm going to do step 2, which is the exact same thing, but on the left. So I'm making a backwards P shape, goes across the core, right, crosses over that, goes behind, and then up through that backwards P shape, and you pull. Now your nylon cord might be a little slippery, and you may need to readjust before you tighten down the second half of that knot, but that's how that's going to go. Okay. We do lots of square knots here. Lots of macrame. Okay. So now, depending on how long you need your bracelet to be, this is a good place to do your adjusting. Okay. So with doing 5 knots before you start your beads, you're going to get about a 7.5-inch bracelet. If you need your bracelet to be a little bit longer, add more knots here. 7 to 10 knots is going to move over where you start your beads. That's going to give you a longer bracelet overall. Okay, so if you need more like an 8-inch bracelet, I would probably do 7 to 8 knots instead. Okay, just so that you know. But we're going to do 5. Okay, so again, right P shape. She's looking for all kinds of things to get into. All right, P shape on the right, left cord crosses over that, goes behind and up through that P shape. Pull. And then the backwards P shape on the left, the right cord crosses over that, goes behind and up through and pull. Okay. So I've got 2 square knots. Very quickly, I'm going to lower you down a little bit. Very quickly, I'm going to do 3 more. Okay, and I'm going to do these quick. So the great thing about replay is that you can come back to this and watch this over and over again and stop and start, rewind, you know, so you can really see this as many times as you need to if you're struggling with these knots. This Band-Aid is it's bad because where the Band-Aid is, I can't feel anything. So it's like part of my finger is numb. So when I'm going to grab that cord, I can't feel it with my thumb because that dumb Band-Aid. All right, so there, I've got 5 knots here. Now, to add your beads to this, you're going to do 3 on one side and 3 on the other side. Okay, so you're going to take your knotting cord and you're going to thread on your beads. I need to retrim the end of my cord here. There's one. There's two. And there's three. Come on. Okay. All right, and you're going to drop those down, and then you're going to do the same thing over here on the other side. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now we're just going to proceed as normal with a square knot. These are just on the outer edges. And I will not make you guys stick around for me to do a million of these because it is a little time consuming getting those beads onto the cord. But drop your beads down, okay? And then you're going to do a square knot just like you would if their beads were not there. So square knot, P shape, left cord crosses over that, goes behind and up through. I can't wait to get this Band-Aid off. Behind and up through. And then you're going to pull. Now, you can have your beads up against the leather if you want, but I like mine to be out, kind of like a flower, right? So I push mine up just like that. And then you're going to do the left part of your knot. So you're going to do the backwards P shape, right cord goes behind and up through, and that's going to lock those beads in place. Now you can see where mine has come loose. And so before I tighten down that part of the knot, I'm going to come back up here, tighten this part first, and then pull the second part. And again, you can kind of push to adjust to make a little flower on your leather, right? And then in between those, I have done 3 knots, right? So I make a knot to lock my beads in place. I do 2 more knots and then another knot with my beads. So you're going to do that all the way down, right? You're just going to repeat this all the way down to the end of your bracelet. And then you're just going to finish this off this side. You're going to finish this off the exact same way. Okay. You're going to do your knots, the same amount of knots that you did up here. So if you did 7 knots here, you want to do 7 knots here. So we're going to pretend like we're at the end of our bracelet. Okay. And I'm going to do a few more knots. Snoring dog. Oh my. Sounds just like a person, I'm telling you. And in person, it's even louder than what you guys can hear. So funny. Okay, so you would just keep going, right, until you have the same amount of knots that you started with. I'm going to do one more so that we technically do exactly what I say, even though this is not a full bracelet, but that's why I have the samples, so it's all good. Okay, so when you get done, right, this is the look at our tiny little bracelet. So when you get to the end of your bracelet, right, you get to this part, right, we're pretending that's where we are. Okay, you're going to come in with your cutter and you're going to trim off pretty close. You just want to leave yourself a tiny, tiny little bit of that. And then you're going to use either a thread zapper or you can use a lighter. But you're going to melt the end of that cord and then just push the melted part down into the rest of the work, and that is going to secure your knot so you don't have to worry about it anymore. Okay, then you're going to, let's take ours off here, then you're going to attach your button for your clasp. And to attach your button, you're just going to do 2 overhanded knots. And the first knot you want to knot up against your knotting cord. So you want to pull that knot down right up to your work. Just like that. Okay, then you're going to take your button, and your button will only fit onto one of your leather pieces, and it will be helpful if you'll cut your leather end at an angle. That just makes it go through the hole on your button a little bit easier. You're going to thread it onto the one, bring it down. Okay, and then you're going to tie another overhanded knot. And this knot, you kind of want to tie it, if you can get it underneath your button. I mean, you're probably still going to see a little bit of the knot poking out, but for the most part, it'll look like that, right? And then you can trim off your ends so that you have what looks like that, right? And you can see you've got your two knots back there holding your button on. And then to put it on, you just put the loop over your button. And you've got this beautiful bracelet in two different colors. So when you're going to check these out in the Etsy shop, know that you've got two color choices. You've got the blue and the green here, and then you've got the metallic and the pink. They go together the exact same way. Easy peasy, just some square knots in there. But the results are so pretty. I'm really, really loving these. Look how pretty that is. Now that's a bracelet you don't want to stack up with others. You want to just wear that one on its own because it's just super, super cool. So there you go, guys. I'm going to take the button off of this one so I can lay it up against my arm as well. How fun are those? I love, love, love these two color combinations. So, yep. There you go. All right, my friends, I'm going to turn you around. We are going to do a quick run through of all of our projects today. So since we just did the bracelets, I'll hold them up this direction so you can see them this direction as well. Sometimes perspective helps a little bit so you can see the sizes of the beads and everything. So those are the two bracelets that we just put together. Those blue beads do have that AB finish on them, so they do have a little bit sparkle to them, right? All right, then we did our beautiful tiger eye necklace with the leather cord, which I'm a huge, huge fan of. So it's beautiful tiger eye beads with the little crystals in between there. I don't know where those came from. No, nobody's grabbing me or abusing me. I honest to goodness don't know where those came from. That's embarrassing. But there is our beautiful tiger eye. Those three beads in the middle, oh my, they're just stunning. Tiger eye is just gorgeous. Okay, so there are those. And then we had earrings. Beautiful earrings. We had lots of really pretty things in today's show. So we've got the little earrings in the teal green and then the copper. They're so pretty and they're so lightweight and just a little bit of sparkle. You can never go wrong with pearls. Love those. And then two other pairs here. We had these, which I think are just fabulous. Yes, those are long, but you could make two pairs or you could turn these into pendants, right? So there was a question. Hold on. Do you glue the knots with Hypo GS? Yes. I don't always. It just kind of depends. Sometimes to me, it's about the leather. And if the leather feels grippy, if the leather feels nice and grippy, I won't add it. But if I'm going to give it away or I'm going to sell it, something like that, I almost always add a little bit of that Hypo cement right to the inside of those knots. And it just takes a little bit. Just a little bit is enough for some extra security. So all right, and then last but not least, we had these gorgeous freshwater pearl shoulder dusters, which are just stunning. They're lightweight. I know that's a long earring, but gosh, they're so pretty. You cannot go wrong with freshwater pearls. You can always mix these, turn these into two different pairs of earrings if they're a little too long, or just leave a bead out altogether, right? So those are really, really beautiful. And I tried to pick, I have freshwater pearls in so many different colors. I tried to pick some that I could consider like a neutral palette. This palette's going to work with a lot of different things. So that's kind of what I was going for. And hopefully it worked. All right, guys. That is it for my show today. I hope you guys have enjoyed all of the fun projects. Don't forget about that maker mix that Q put together. That is what did he call it? Wayfinding, which was a song from Moana, which is his favorite Disney movie. So yeah, he put that one together. He was super proud of it. He's so cute. So yeah. Thanks to him for helping with everything. Thanks to you guys for coming and hanging out with me. Thank you for all of your purchases. I appreciate it so much. That's what helps me keep my lights on and makes it easier for me to do these shows for you guys. Obviously, you need electricity, right? All right. So yes, Master Maker is happening at 4 p.m. Eastern time over on JTV Extra. If you need a link to that, come to the business page or the Facebook group or over to the feed on YouTube, and I will drop those links for you, or you can grab them right now here in the comments and just save them for later. I will be putting together some really fun things with some amazing Jasper beads for Master Maker. So definitely come and hang out with me. All right. All right, friends, that is it for me. Have an amazing rest of your afternoon. If I don't see you on Master Maker, please have an amazing and safe weekend. And I will be right back here with you guys at 1 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. And we'll do another fun project. Okay. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.